August 9th. So this is video number 5. Let me just double check that I have the details written down. I have the video numbers written down because this is something I'm always doing now because I've lost so many videos. So many videos have disappeared, and I've been subjected to so much hacking that I document everything now. So yeah, this is number 5, August 9th. And what I want to talk about just briefly is I want to give you an update on the happenings in the house, the occurrences in the house. Despite all the movies they play repeatedly on my TV, Demon Seed, Damien, The Omen, Predator, oh my God, the scariest movies you can think, Manhunter, it just never stops. Incessantly, these are played on my TV, incessantly. Demon Seed, oh my God, when this started happening, even before mid-2016, I almost memorized that movie. My husband goes, "You're watching that again?" I'm like, "It's the only decent thing that's on. It's constantly the Demon Seed." And Rosemary's Baby. Oh my God, these movies are played repeatedly and incessantly on my television. Now it's different movies. It started out with the Demon Seed and Rosemary's Baby, and now it's become different scary movies. But so that was part. I guess that's considered hacking. Now, in terms of house occurrences, it has gotten a bit better. The flies that that one little fly that always appeared after the shower when I was in the mirror naked, that would one little fly, one lone fly would appear around my breast. It would start flying around my breast. And then there were the flies that were all over my, I call it my healthy corner over there. This is over here. This is my food processor, my juicer, and I have, some nice spices and stuff. My implements, this would be covered in flies. I would slice a lemon. I always use this example. It's one really stands out. I would slice a lemon. I would say, 30 seconds to a minute later, it would be covered in black flies. Like, I don't get it. And then there'd be a tomato on the other side. And that tomato, I noticed one time, this is real, this is true. I noticed a tomato had a little bit of a bruise in it, and it was rotting a bit, and there was some pus coming out. There wasn't a single fly. But I slice a lemon on this side in my healthy corner, and it's covered in all these little black fruit flies within 30 seconds. The printer's possessed. The printer is constantly going off on its own, just like the home phone has been flashing and making sounds like a heart monitor. It's going beep, 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 like a heart monitor, beep, 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 flatliner thing. It's been doing that all day today. Actually, I'm alone today. It's been doing that all day. The house happenings are getting a little bit better. My books were always being ripped. So many pages of my best books, my most favorite books. I read every night. My books have been destroyed. So that stopped. And by the way, they were in the closet, so you can't blame my children. You can't blame my children because they were one of my. What I did was I said, put this book in my closet, and I'm going to lock it. I do have a lock. I do have a key lock, and it was ripped. And my son did not have access to the key. I hid the key really well, and it was there when I went back. So you can't blame my children. And let's see, the burning, all those strange burning smells, they have continued. The Bloody Mary thing where the burning smell started, the Bloody Mary thing that was happening in my room, the whole Bloody Mary presentation, where there was that smell and Paul, my husband, was looking, he couldn't find any legitimate source of a fire or a smell of burning. That was like the strange. There have been many strange burning smells, like they used to happen in the shower. Whenever I came out of the shower, there'd be a strong smell of burning. It was a terrible smell of burning. I come out of the shower, there was the burning smell. This happened for a while, then that went away. That is still kind of happening. It's kind of a theme, one of the themes in our lives. What else is there? I'm gonna just check my notes here. Oh, the soap. I found soap, um, kind of scribbled, white soap scribbled all over the top of uh, the statue of Jesus and Mary. I can't remember what it's called now. On my dresser, and it's like this aura. It kind of looks like, if you see the white soap, the way it's scribbled on, it looks like a holy aura around them. That's still there. I kept that there. Um, and just this really weird things happening that happen with the TV. I'll get into that later. That's kind of that kind of delves into a whole different pool of information. But that kind of like, it's kind of like between, somewhere between hacking and house happenings. That is definitely still continuing, like the phone flashing and sounding like a heart monitor, my printer going off whenever it feels like it. Um, I'm just trying to think of something else. Oh, the lights flickering. The lights start flickering now all the time. They just start flickering, and then it goes away. Like, I know you're thinking, oh, well, you need to change your light bulb. Well, no, because I just changed my light bulb. I just changed it. And like in the washroom, for example, there's 4 little light bulbs, and I changed them. I changed that one, and it still started flickering every time I went in the washroom, particularly before I smoke. So in other words, at the end of an activity, let's say I'm doing a skin regimen, I'm putting cream on. Just as I'm finishing off putting the cream on, the light will start flickering. That's the end of the activity that precedes smoking, right? You understand? Is that too much for you? So the end of the activity, when I'm habitually or typically about to smoke, that's when the light would flash. But there's nothing wrong with the light bulb because I just replaced it. So this is definitely house happenings, okay? These are house happenings. And now when I look back, I think, you know what? There's a lot of weird things that were happening with light bulbs and all kinds of stuff when we moved in. So in many ways, I think maybe this house was constructed in such a way to facilitate this kind of very strange house stuff. I'm just wondering about the house now, because when I look back in retrospect, I can see now that there were things happening back then, but I didn't notice them as much. When I really started noticing things was when my children started to be badly bullied at school, and then it was the hacking. Whenever I wrote letters of complaints, I would, to try to stop my kids from being bullied. My eyes would start watering really profusely, or I get struck with these pains in my eye contours areas. That's when it started around 2016. And then, now it's the physical symptoms. They're really bizarre presentation pattern, really sinister. So, obviously it has something to do with the house. And the fact that I get pains in areas of the house that lead to smoking, in specific rooms of the house that lead to smoking, like the end of the kitchen, the corridor, the garage itself, or when I go on my van, I get struck with pains in my right foot, like I said, because I'll pop in a Nicorette sometimes. So it's definitely it's all interrelated, and it's very unnatural. It's not natural, and it's not normal.